Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
Do you meditate, sister? Do you meditate consistently? As in every single day? Do you meditate intentionally? Do you meditate and actually get results? So I had actually meditated on off for like the last 3 years, but have not missed a day for the last 370 something. Now, it doesn't make me some kind of a special snowflake. It's just that I figured out some things with meditation, which is why I want to share this with you today. And this is actually the topic of one of the trainings from the Sisterhood today, and which is a group coaching program that I run. And the topic is really about, like, how do you meditate consistently? Like, how do you really structure that? How do you set that up? And we talked about a lot of things in the 30-minute training, but the two significant things that we talked about, I'm going to share with you in just a moment, but I want to first just share with you what has happened for me in the last year with meditating every single day. Like, I mean that every single day. I use a meditation device called Muse, M-U-S-E, and I've got an awesome discount code for you and all the listeners of the podcast, so you can actually grab Muse too and get actually 15% off, and I'll have that in the show notes for you as well too. But when I started using Muse, it's a way for me to really measure it. And I can't remember what it was at first. If I was like, I'm going to meditate and then I'll see how it is with this Muse device. Because what it is a meditation band that kind of like goes across your forehead and kind of wraps around, if you can imagine, like behind your ears. And it's got different sensors. And, the first time I saw this a few years ago, quite honestly, I made fun of people using it. I was like, look at this jackass. What the hell? Why do you need something to meditate? Just sit your ass down on the ground, close your eyes, and breathe. But what I found for me was that I never knew at times. I'm like, I don't know, am I, quote, doing it right? I don't feel really relaxed afterwards. My thoughts are everywhere. It was hard for me to really gauge. And so what Muse does with this biofeedback device is it simply gives you that. So there's feedback during for you to know that you are staying on track with what you're hearing, because it's connected into an app on your phone and then headphones. So you can hear different sounds which help you know if you're on track or not and to measure that. But what I've noticed for me, which started, by the way, with just like 3 minutes a day, like that's it. 3 minutes, by the way, the first time I got this, because again, I'd seen it for a while and I was like, this is just so goofy. This is just another thing of people thinking they need something to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, well, I have this thing, then I'll make it happen. And I was like, I'm not going to fall in that trap. But I was struggling with meditation. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just give this a try. Ordered one. It arrived and I used it. I remember the first time I used it for 3 minutes, and I came down and I go to my husband and I'm like, you need to try this. 3 minutes, I feel, like more relaxed, more calm, after sitting there for 20 minutes trying to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do. And so then that started, and it was still kind of inconsistent for probably the next 3 months. And then what was really cool is there's challenges that are on this, and it also keeps track of how many days you've done in a row. So, one day became a week, became 30 days, became 50 days, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to break my streak. Like, I just want to keep going on this. Got up to 100 days, 150, 200, 300, and now I've had a whole year, and I have no plans on stopping anytime soon. And so what have I noticed over this past year? I've noticed that now for me, meditation is really like, I mean this, and this isn't just like something cool to say, but it's like oxygen for me. Like, I must meditate first thing in the morning. I'm not good without it. People will say, like, I'm not good without my morning coffee. Yeah, I need to meditate. You don't want to be with me until I've had that time of stillness. I meditate for 15 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes the night before bed. And by the way, that daily meditation, I'd say about 98% of the time has been twice a day. Has been also 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, because otherwise I get so tired, I'm like nodding off. You know, when you're like doing the airplane sleep. Do you do that at all? I do that. And so I was setting up 10 or 15 minutes at night. I'm like, what am I doing? If my whole purpose of meditating at night is to put me in a state of relaxation so my body can rest, I'm obviously done early. So I just do 5 minutes at night. And again, you can set up challenges in that. So what I've noticed for me then, is that it starts me in a place of calm at the beginning of the day. It allows me to be still first thing in the morning. And I've experimented different ways of doing it. And so we have this really great chair in our living room, which the boys call the couch. It's like one of these kind of roundish, like big roundish chairs. I don't know, little nesting chairs. I'm not really sure what they're called, but it's cool. It's comfy. And so I would come downstairs and do that first. So I would have two things happening. Number one, I'd have dogs that'd be wanting to get out to pee. Okay. Or I would walk them first and then come back to meditate. But whether or not I meditated before or after walking my dogs, a lot of the times my 5-year-old would get up, now 5-year-old, would wake up. And then even if he got up and I'm like, okay, mommy's going to meditate. Okay, mommy. Then there'd be in the background like Dora or, I don't know, ponies, like some other show that Kai would want to watch. And it's early in the morning. So I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I'm just going to have this is just more of a focus for my meditation. I have the distraction of this. I'm still going to focus my meditation. But inevitably, I didn't really feel that great after meditation. So what I figured out now was like, okay, so if I go, because our bedroom's on the second floor and our boys and the living room and stuff is all on the main floor, the first floor. I'm like, if I go downstairs, that's when the trouble is. Our dogs are wanting to get out. So what I do now is I actually then when I get up, I go to the bathroom, like pee, brush my teeth, I get changed, put my contacts in, and then I go back into bed. And I actually sit up in bed with my muse, 15 minutes. It's dark. I don't even wake up my husband when I do it. And I'm good to go. And then I walk downstairs and I walk my dogs. And that's part of my daily routine. But I feel more calm and focused. Even if the day goes sideways, I have started my day off in a place of calm. And I know for you, and this could be true for you, for a lot of you, your days start off with chaos. Snooze, 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 rushing around. Are your kids ready for school yet? What's happening? Who made the lunches? Like, it's just you start your day this way. And how do you think your day continues? It's like you've set the tone for the day. Now, can you turn around a day that, starts off like a shitstorm? Of course. But imagine it's starting off in a place of calm. Imagine it starting off where you invested time in you every single day without fail. And imagine you're actually getting feedback on a regular basis to let you know how you're doing with that. Cool, right? So calm, less anger. I would notice for me I notice a lot of stuff physically. If I'm feeling stress, I'm feeling anxiety, I notice it and my body feels tense, I notice it in my breath. And so I would notice at times that although I might not be really aware of it, my breathing would be really shallow. I don't really experience that anymore. What else do I really notice with it? It's again, the biggest thing for that, sister, for me, is just like it sets the tone for my morning. So, can still things happen with my kids? Totally. Might I argue with my husband once in a while? Yes. Do I still get angry at times? Of course. Anger is an emotion. But yet, I feel myself better. It's like, you know what it's like, sister? It's kind of like putting on a shield each day. A shield that's not trapping you, but protecting you from the stress that comes up, right? From the uncertainty of life, from craziness with kids. Like, it's like I'm suited up and I'm like ready, right? I'm meditated. I'm going to go outside and walk my dogs, but especially it's that meditation first thing for me. I'm like, let's go day. Like, you got some stuff coming away that's not going to be fun? Okay, cool. Like, I got this. I got this. And meditation really allows me to stay in that place and in that state and to really, again, just start the day from that place. Like, what a beautiful gift to give to yourself. So what came up in the training today in the sister was two things. Number one is your why for meditating. Just like with anything, Just like with any outcome, any result that you want, you need to clearly know why it is that you're doing something. If you're just doing it because you're like, well, I heard I should do it, and everybody seems to be meditating these days, and I heard it's something that's important for success, I got to meditate. No, that's not enough. That's not going to pull you through. But for me, if I'm like, I don't show up well as a wife, as a mommy, as a coach and as a leader, and for myself, unless I've had that time to meditate. Okay, so case in point. So just as I'm trying to finish up this podcast episode, my kids are screaming. And not that this is a bad thing, but my weekly flower delivery from my husband, lovely gentleman that comes to my door, he came to the backyard as I'm walking around recording this. So without meditation, those things would just be like, really? Like I just need 10 minutes to record the podcast. But needless to say, sister, I'm telling you right now, your life will dramatically shift when you make a commitment to daily meditation. So it's knowing your why behind it, like I was saying before. And here's the second big piece of this. Valuing yourself enough to say, I matter, to give this important self-care to myself every single day. And that when I do that, I actually show up better for people in my life. Realize, and this is a lot of the message you're going to hear me speaking tonight with Women Wanting More, that, see, I could talk about, and I will have a link for you in the show notes. And by the way, if you don't receive the Women Wanting More newsletter, you need to do that right now. Head to drkarenosborne.com/action guide, and that way you'll get the show notes. So like when I talk about things like Muse, you get a 15% discount with this link I'm going to drop in there. You will have that. So if you don't, and you're like, no, I want to get that, then just Facebook me at Women Wanting More Facebook page. You can Instagram DM me, and it's at Women Wanting More. Make sure to follow me there too, or just shoot me an email. I'll send you the link. drkaren at drkarenosborne.com. But it's going to be more of this message of like, you fucking matter, sister. You matter enough to invest 3 minutes in yourself every single day. And so when you say to me things like, well, I don't have time for 3 minutes or 2 minutes. I have my oldest boy now meditating. Not daily, every other day now. But it's a lot more than most adults that I know of. That when you say to me that you don't have the time to do this, or I don't know what to do, or let's just all be honest here, right? I'm honest with you. Those are all just smoke screens. It's a nice way of saying lie, for I don't think I matter enough to invest 2 to 3 minutes or more in me every single day. Which again, makes me show up better for people in my life. We're so brainwashed as women to believe that our value is not enough, that we have to serve selflessly to the point of burning ourselves into the ground, caring for our children, being there supporting our husbands, being there for family and friends, being there in our line of business. I'm telling you, I've been there before. The most loving thing you can do for others in your life is to take care of you. It truly is. And meditation is the simplest way to start. So here's your more tip for today. Start meditating daily. With Muse, without Muse, doesn't matter to me. I'm just telling you, Muse just makes it so easy. So easy. And in the show notes, again, all of the links, you can get 15% off. And you know what too, sister? Like I'm thinking of doing a 30-day meditation challenge. It would be like probably a free challenge, or maybe it's something minimal just to make you invest something. Because sometimes when it's free, you don't really have the same value towards it, right? But I'm thinking of doing that because I really want you to begin to see the difference with incorporating meditation into your life. It's huge. And yes, the most successful people that I know of and read about and hear them talk about daily meditation. And yes, you can Google and take a look at all the health benefits and mental health benefits and all of that. But you do this for you because you matter enough, sister. So your more tip is to meditate daily for the next 30 days. Pick a time, go. Schedule it, go. That's it. And then click on that link or email me, drkaren at drkarenosborne.com, and I will send that link to get 15% off Muse. It's a game changer. You will love it, sister. You will love it. So I will talk to the next episode. A life of more is one step away from you doing the work and, yes, meditating and investing in yourself, creating time for stillness every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.